Welcome to the June episode of Channel RMB News. Here are the headlines. Sizwe stops by to relaunch the First Rand philosophy. Nova Stella is in full swing, and we talk to the winners and the judges. Sean has a workout with Aki, and RMB is a winner for the second successive year at the annual African Banker Awards. Sizwe recently shared the First Rand philosophy. We take a look at what has changed since those early days when the founders used to present that philosophy to RMBers. Here is Michael with more.
Sizwe, 20 years ago, I remember us first talking about the philosophy of First Rand. Would you like to just explain how the philosophy has changed from then to now?
The group itself, First Rand, has evolved. We have a number of changes that have taken place over the last while. For instance, we don't have the founders that are running the group as owners anymore. We have professional managers that are running the group. But the way that we run the group is also slightly different. The key elements of the First Rand philosophy, especially the owner-manager culture, lives and continues. However, there are certain concepts in terms of how we are now driving collaboration, cooperation amongst the different franchises or even different departments that have been introduced in the group that are important, especially in the context of where we are in the life of First Rand.
What are the key elements of the First Rand philosophy?
When you talk to anyone internally or externally to First Rand around why are we different and where are we different, the First Rand owner-manager culture is really particularly important. We all know that banks, especially post the global financial crisis, do not necessarily enjoy the high level of trust from stakeholders, from the communities, as well as our customers. So the values that we live by and things that we do every day are particularly important. In fact, have become even more important. So we want to take a zero-tolerance approach to unethical behavior, to those people who do not exhibit the kind of values that we expect of people. But also, it has become really important for us to recognize that as a bank, as a business, we don't just exist to deliver superior returns to our shareholders and pay dividends. Where we must understand that what we do in the environment, in society, is really important, and therefore it has become even more important to emphasize some of those elements of our stewardship role as a corporate citizen.
But how are you going to roll this out to the rest of the group? And more importantly, how are we going to get people to take this message to heart?
We want this refreshed and revised First Rand philosophy to be rolled out throughout the whole of First Rand and its divisions, not just in South Africa, but also in all the countries where we operate. For starters, it is important that we talk about it. It is important that the leaders within the group present this First Rand philosophy. So I will be taking a huge amount of responsibility for making sure that it is rolled out. I'll be doing presentations myself. So we're going to be posting this First Rand philosophy on our intranet because the idea is that we don't only just use it when we induct new people who may have joined the group, but also that we remind ourselves constantly and continuously about some of the key elements of the First Rand philosophy.
The Nova Stella Awards were recently held at the venue in downtown Sandton. Now, in its second year running, Nova Stella is proving to be fertile ground for both our serial innovators and first-timers. We got to chat to the judges and the winners to get the inside scoop.
From a judging perspective, it was an absolute privilege to be part and parcel of the panel. It was extremely tough. I think that we've raised the level over the last 3 years there.
And what really just amazed me is the amount of talent that we have within the bank. Seeing people put their hearts and soul into these innovations and coming up with the presentations, doing all that work and finding solutions and getting through barriers, it's just been so rewarding to watch.
So from an innovator's perspective, what I would look for is someone that considers their current role and what they're doing on a daily basis and how they would think about that differently and how they would change their life and make things automated, for example, or just simplify the process.
Things that I look for in an innovation would be collaboration, because I think, innovations in silos don't necessarily achieve bigger results.
It's not just a little project on the side. I was looking for people to be able to say, this is my normal work life. Guess what? I'm doing the following that's going to either make things more efficient bring the costs down, so that eventually the value we show is actually appreciated by the clients.
So, you know, there's innovation to solve your own problem, but when you're solving somebody else's problem, I think it adds even more value.
In third place, with a prize for 20,000 Rand, document take-on agent.
And basically what it means is instead of manually uploading documents into SharePoint, I wrote a tool that does this automatically. So it saved quite a lot of time and gave people the opportunity to do satisfying work instead of clicking an upload button all day.
The second prize goes to the team that came up with the concept of accepting deal view coding.
What we did was the 37 transaction managers got an email twice a day. It wasn't sorted, it wasn't really necessary for all 37 to receive it. So the enhancement now means you get an email if you need to action it. If you don't get an email.
Right, in first place, congratulations to the SSD notification station.
A simple idea, it's like just giving business an idea, information that they want upfront instead of them having to ask for it. So that was our simple idea. It's a notification email that goes out to business and we don't get queried. So we just cut out that lag time between us completing our work and what business gets. Simple.
I get an amazing kick from seeing how people right across the organization at all levels and all levels of sophistication or expertise come up with these amazing ideas. And the pride and the satisfaction they get out of it. I think it really is living the RMB ethos. I think it really is what makes RMB a great organization.
RMB continues to accumulate accolades, and this time we are happy to report that at the annual African Banker Awards held in Kigali, Rwanda, RMB beat Citigroup for Investment Banker of the Year for the second year running. RMB is really making inroads in Africa, and we are proud of Team RMB. So, exercise is always more fun and motivational with a friend. But what if that friend could be worn on your wrist to be your coach, your nutritionist, and your personal trainer? Today, Sean learns from Aki how these wearable devices are changing the way we exercise, and how one day these devices may be used in banking and biometric identification.
Come on, Shawnee! Come on, Shawnee!
2002.
Come on! Yes!
2000.
Shawnee! Shawnee, listen, buddy. I can see that you're not getting the proper workout. You can't carry on like this. You want to look like me one day? No. Put yourself together. If you want to ever look like me one day, I use smart technology, but look at this. These are wearable devices. You need wearable devices to get fit and in shape. Something like this that monitors your heart rate. You've got a strap on your heart rate, monitors how many steps you're making, monitors your exercises. You need an app that will tell you exactly what kind of diet you need to have. Plus, you need to have it all in a set program. You can't just do 2,000 push-ups, that's useless. So what the Garmin VivoFit does is it basically learns about your body and what your body's capabilities are, and then it assigns and gives you a daily workout to do to stay fit.
So it monitors the steps you've taken, the distance you've traveled, the calories you've burnt, even monitors your sleep.
Cut. Shawnee. Wake up, Wood. Wake up. We're doing a shoot over here.
It's taking too long, I'm tired.
Wake up, Wood. Otherwise I'll make you do another 2,000 push-ups, okay?
It monitors your sleep.
So what this device does as well is you wear a heart rate monitor and it relays what your heart rate is doing while you're exercising to your device. So it makes your whole workout more scientific and accurate.
The VivoFit can be on 24/7 and last for a period of longer than a year without a single battery change. What's even better is it can join in the shower because it's water resistant. So take those long walks in the rain, no problem. No, I'll tell you what, I'll see your Garmin and I'll raise you a Fitbit.
Okay, deal. Beat that. Oh no, man.
Fitbit even helps you build your own eating plan. I mean, not so long ago I saw you were busy building up your little eating plan there. Hey, looking pretty substantial. Like on the radio, like, hi guys, there's a traffic jam on the corner of... Oh, jam. Use Fitbit's online tools and mobile apps to keep track of your health and fitness.
So these devices really are very scientific. They keep track of your eating plan, they keep track of your exercises, and they sync all of this information together into your smartphones. They even have smart scales, and the smart scales interact in real time, your body fat index, your body mass index, giving that information onto your device and syncing it together to see how much weight you've lost, and also keeping a tab on your eating plans.
It's called a six-pack.
Whatever.
So we know a lot of these devices monitor your steps, your calories, your distance, but what else can they do?
Well, absolutely, Sean, and these things are getting a lot more sophisticated, not only for fitness, but imagine using it for banking and security. So they've designed one. This is a NEMI. It's called the NEMI, which is why I said the NEMI. But what this is, it's a prototype at the moment, and it uses your heart rate as the authentication. Your heart rate is more accurate as a biometric than your fingerprint or even your password. And all you have to do is have this band around you, swipe it past the credit card machine. It does the transaction for you. Imagine trying to access your computer. Swipe it past your computer. It opens up your email and you can send and everything. So your heart rate used as security authentication. That's pretty cool, eh?
Sick. Pretty soon, your heart's gonna...
So mighty!
Blind.
Here's a quick reminder, the channel RMB News, along with Stuff You Should Know, is still running the Garmin Vivo competition.
One lucky viewer will stand a chance to win a Garmin Vivo Fit worth 3,000 Rand. All you have to do is write into the email address on the screen and tell us an interesting story about your very first cell phone. Please make sure your entries are in by the 20th of June, 2014.
And for those of you who are camera shy, no pressure. We will only announce the lucky winner's name. Thank you to all of you who wrote in with your comments. If you would like to contact us, you can send us an email to this email address. Till next time, RMBers.